Hey guys, so finally he sleeps here. Today we've got the RSX. It is not starting and it's not a battery issue. It's obviously a starter issue. There's no click. It's nothing. It's either ignition or the starter. We've basically boiled it down to it's a bad starter. So battery's been tested and everything. That's the next step. The issue is actually getting to the starter in this car. All right, so here's under the hood, here's the engine. The intake manifold, the starter is below it. It is down under there. There's multiple ways to get to it, but we're gonna try to go the quickest, fastest route, which is gonna be pulling the intake manifold off. Now to get to it, we've got a cold air intake on it, so this whole cold air intake has to come out to give access here through the side. We can get all the bolts off on the intake manifold. And then we're gonna we're gonna pull the bumper back and take these few bolts, then there's another one under here, and take the radiator shroud and pull it back just a little bit so that the intake manifold can lift up out, and then it'll give us access down to the starter underneath. It shouldn't be that difficult. It's just a matter of understanding the process and getting it out. So first thing we gotta do, the cover's coming off. The battery we're gonna disconnect, and then we're gonna go ahead and take off the cold air intake. You guys, if you don't have the cold air intake, you're just gonna disconnect the hoses for the actual stock air box. Now this is a base model. If this was an upper model, is a Type S. The Type S has a different kind of intake, has an aluminum intake. It's a little bit different process, but the location of the starter is the same. This is a base model, which is going to make our life a lot easier. Is it easier to do this?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like dry rotted on there. It's not gonna fall, it's still mounted.
I know, I'm trying to hold it in place for you to be able to unscrew it so it doesn't twist.
Lift. There you go. Okay.
Here you do this. So you can tighten that one back down. Okay, so we've got the cover off, battery's disconnected. We went ahead and took the cold air intake out. Okay, so as you can see, there's a bolt there, that one. There's a bolt over there, and then there's two down underneath of it, way down underneath there. Those are the 4 bolts here next to the throttle body that we have to undo, along with these up here and another one right there. So once those all come over and come out and we've got everything up and out of the way here, the intake manifold should lift out. Oh, that's a big bolt. How many have you got now?
I loosened these. I'm getting the hard ones out first.
Nice. All right, loose. Okay, move on to the front.
There, and there.
Okay, go ahead. Watch out.
Don't punch your phone.
Oh, don't try to.
There you go.
God, this one's a bitch. Another fuse panel there. I gotta leave in about 15 minutes, but at that point I think we might be able to at least expose the starter. As long as you know which ones go where.
If we need to, we
Okay, so we still have to get this off. We're just gonna have to pull it out. The bolts are all off here. We disconnect this.
What was that?
Okay, so now we should have access to remove this, but it's not gonna come out without moving the whole shroud. So we're gonna have to pull all of this back and away to leave access for it. Disconnect that. Go for it.
Logan's technique. Superior.
That was nice. First, we got to take all the clips off so we can pull the front end back, and then take just these few bolts that need loosened. Ah, look at that. Raw fingernails of power. Is that all of them?
Yeah.
So where's the other bolt at? Oh, it's down
Here,
here.
watch this. I wonder if I can.
Is the right size?
Yeah. It's much nicer than the Miata. We can see if they're the same.
Yeah,
Once
we're
I
gonna
do
put them right here. They are. Just set them on that.
This side is way easier.
It looks like there's one bolt here. We're gonna take this one off as well, just to gain access.
That's not connected. Yeah. What, you want to just close it?
Just one side.
Ooh, I can feel it.
So you gotta squeeze it together and shove it back through. Okay, so manifold's out. There's the starter right here. This is what we're going to swap out. Now, this is the original starter on the car. Next step is we're going to pull this off. We're going to pull this one out. And then there are two bolts. There's one here, and then there's this really long, weird extended bolt in the back that runs all the way through. I don't know if we can get a good picture of it. See, it's a really long bolt back there. That's at the end. That's the end of the bolt. We're going to pull that one out, and then we'll drop it in. So what size is the back bolt? 14?
Whoa, no. Yeah, it's a 14.
14 millimeter. Such a weird looking bolt. Hand me that bolt real quick. Now the one on the front's different. Look at this stuff. Such a weird bolt. That end's got the spring in it. Get it loose. How much room we can go. Put that on the ground down here with the other bolt. Alright. Starter is out. That's it. Starter install on the RSX. Just basically put everything back together that you took apart. This one was a job. Worked with my 17-year-old because it was his car, and he did all the work. So this is basically a montage of him putting it back together on his own. That's it. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope this helped. Check out the channel for all the other car-related stuff or video game stuff, because I pretty much mix whatever I want into all this. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I think that's it for now. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making videos.